November 27th, 1999. Stanford playing host to Notre Dame in one of the biggest games in college football's season. 85,000 people, sold out crowd, national broadcasts across the country on ABC with Mr. Keith Jackson, a Hall of Fame announcer, in the booth. Game on the line, 3 seconds left, and Mike Biselli's name was called to kick the game-winning field goal. Now, I executed that night, and yes, that was a childhood dream that I got to live in real time on November 27th, 1999. But that's not the exciting part of the story. See, there was a special ingredient that got me there that evening. Yes, there was hard work. Yes, there was perseverance. But there was a special ingredient called the power of community. See, I grew up in a community in northern Nevada where a kid like me isn't even supposed to know what Stanford University is. And a kid like me is not supposed to end up being a top 10 scorer in the history school. Nor is a kid like me supposed to earn 2 degrees, one of them being a graduate degree, while playing football. But a kid like me had an entire community behind me. See, let me tell you a funny story of what community means and some of the incredible things this northern Nevada town did for Mike Biselli. I came home one day from a kicking camp and said, "Dad, there are these very narrow goalposts that all of these professional and collegiate football kickers are practicing on." Well, did you guys know that in high school a field goal post is 23 feet wide? And when I came back from camp, all of my idols were kicking on goalposts 9 feet wide. And I said, "Dad, how do I get a pair of those?" "Mike, I have no idea. But we're going to figure out a way." And through the power of community, my father was able to get our head football coach to write a letter to one of the biggest plumbing companies in northern Nevada, who donated all the material. Then my father was asked a good friend that is a Navy veteran, a welder, and a community leader to give of his time to weld those pieces of metal together. But then might you ask, how did we get those over to the high school football stadium? My dad was able to ask a local trucking company to donate their time and services. Not only did they do that, but they brought an 18-wheeler to the welding company and brought those field goal posts, 9 feet wide, like Mike Jr. asked, to my high school. That is a powerful example of community, and for a kid like me to realize a dream that I had at a very young age. Now, how does that help with healthcare innovation today, right here in RiNo, right here in Colorado? See, we have a very, very fervent and excitable community of healthcare innovators that are taking aim at creating the #1 digital health cluster in the nation in the next 5 years, right here in your community. Now you might ask, what is digital health? Let's talk about that before I nerd out on healthcare and all the things that get me excited about this incredible industry. How many of you guys have heard of WebMD? How many of you guys have heard of Fitbit? Those are all technologies that we like to call digital health. Did you know that there are already over 115 digital health companies throughout the state of Colorado? 115 companies taking aim at reimagining healthcare right here in the Centennial State. And this community, trust me, is just getting going. See, I'm part of an organization called Prime Health, where we are an organization to bring anyone passionate about transforming healthcare into a community, no matter where you live. You might be a healthcare company in Grand Junction, or Durango, or Telluride, or Fort Collins, or Denver. If you have a passion and a desire to reimagine healthcare, you have a seat at our table in the Prime Health community. But guess what else we're doing? We are reimagining healthcare right here in the River North District and in Denver by amassing a team to create a healthcare innovation campus that this country has yet to see. See, we're not going to reimagine healthcare just through the largest and most powerful organizations that have dominated the space for 50 plus years. Not going to happen. And it's not also going to happen with just startups. See, we must do it together, because if we don't, we are trending towards a $5 trillion problem that can literally bring our country to its knees. See, I reimagine healthcare, and so does our community in Colorado, by taking Fortune 20 healthcare organizations all the way down to a person with an idea on a napkin and 2 pennies to their name. Why? Because the next biggest idea might be somebody that's the poorest in our community. Whether you're male, female, black, white, gay, straight, transgendered, poor, educated, uneducated, it doesn't matter. If you are passionate about reimagining healthcare right here in Colorado, you have a seat at our table. Do I get excited about this opportunity that's in front of our community here in Colorado? Absolutely. And we're just getting going. See, any of you have an opportunity to reimagine what your passions are through the power of community. If you give somebody an opportunity that's bigger than themselves and can give an opportunity to build something greater than the entire community at large, you can move the Rocky Mountains. And that's exactly what we're going to do right here in Colorado by bringing anyone with the passion and desire to fix our healthcare system together in a campus and in a virtual setting. Remember, you have a seat at our table. Thank you.